You join me today for a very special episode as we have the draws for the FA Cup semi-final and the quarter-final and semi-final of the Champions League. Hello and welcome to a very special episode of Irons in the Fire as we try and make West Ham good and great again. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have for you the two draws, well, three draws actually, but the semi-final draw for the FA Cup first up, and then we have the draws for the quarter-final and semi-final of the Champions League to see where we're going on our routes to the final. Of course, the FA Cup, a competition that we are trying to retain, having won it last year against Manchester United, and Manchester United still in the pot for this one. Having, of course, beaten RB Leipzig 4-0 in the Champions League round of 16, second leg, which put us through. Two clean sheets here as well, I've just noticed. And then a 3-0 win against Leicester in the FA Cup quarter-final as our fine form continues since the turn of the year, really. Only lost in the we lost one game in the in Carabao Cup semi-final first leg, and the EFL Cup semi-final, but the previous proper loss in all competitions was against Manchester City way back on the 29th December in this calendar year. Apart from those two losses in the Carabao Cup, we've done exceedingly well. Long may it continue. Can we continue to the end of the season? You'll have to stay tuned to find out. Don't forget, if you enjoyed today's episode, it's a big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button, leave me a comment, let me know what you think of the series so far. And of course, you can follow me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at JustOffsideFM. Right. Without any more to do, it's time that we got on with the draw for the FA Cup semi-final draw made today. 4 teams will go into the hat for 2 matches to be drawn. The teams as varied as Manchester United, Arsenal, Brentford. Who's the other team then? Oh yeah, West Ham. And here we are in the draw for the Emirates FA Cup. 4 teams in the pot: Arsenal, Brentford, Manchester United, and ourselves. And we want, I guess, it would be good to see Arsenal and Manchester United in there. And I'd be happy to play Brentford, but we'll see what comes out. Beating Arsenal, beating Manchester United in the final last season. Of course, we are the holders. Right, let's get on and have a look then. First out, Manchester United. These semi-finals, of course, at Wembley on neutral ground. They will play West Ham. I suppose it was inevitable, really. So we will be playing Manchester United in the first semi-final. Arsenal will play Brentford in the other semi-final. I'm not quite sure why that switches, but there you go. So confirmation of that draw then: Manchester United versus West Ham, Brentford versus Arsenal. Let's go and have a look at how that sits in the schedule. Oh, joy of joys. It means that we play Manchester United twice in 1 week. Oh, joy. The Brentford game being pushed out slightly. So as it's lining up, I think Wolves and the Champions League, then it will be a Champions League second leg, quarter-final second leg, and then Manchester United, and then we'll have Manchester United and Brentford in that one, and then I presume the Champions League semi-final will drop in here somewhere, provided we get through, of course. It depends on who we are playing. Right, without any more to do, I shall be back in just a moment when we're ready for the Champions League quarter-final draw. So here we are for the quarter-final and semi-final draws for the Champions League. Let's go and have a look and see who we will get in this competition. Here we are then for the draw for the quarter-final of the Champions League. And we will get underway very shortly. 8 teams in the draw: Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Inter, Liverpool, Milan, Paris Saint-Germain, Real Madrid and ourselves. And 4 matches to be played. We're first out and we're at home first leg. And we will play Milan. We're going to play Milan. Inter will play Paris Saint-Germain. Liverpool are going to play Barcelona. That's a really tough match. Real Madrid will play Bayern Munich. And that is the draw for the quarterfinals. Home first leg then, away in the second leg. We need to get a good start in that first leg if we are to do anything. Right, coming up next, the draw for the semi-final. So here we are for the semi-final draw. Milan and West Ham will play Bayern Munich and Real Madrid. Barcelona, Liverpool and Paris Saint-Germain and Inter are the 4 chances. Let's draw the first one. We're out first and we will face Inter or Paris Saint-Germain. So we're going to have to get, if we're going to win this competition, first of all past Milan and then Paris Saint-Germain. It's not going to be an easy route, is it? Liverpool or Barcelona will play Bayern Munich or Real Madrid. So that is the draw. We'll be at home in the first leg, both the quarterfinal and semi-final if we get through the quarterfinal. So away to Paris Saint-Germain, possibly in the second leg of the semi-final. Not going to be easy, but if we can overcome that, anything is possible. But if we do that, we'll get Liverpool in the final. Right, let's go and have a look at the schedule then. So here is a look at the schedule, having made all the draws for the Champions League quarterfinal, semi-final and FA Cup semi-final. It sorted itself out and this is how it looks. We've got Leeds United in the Premier League coming up next, and then the home leg of the Champions League quarterfinal against Milan. And that's then followed by Leicester in the Premier League. Milan again in the away leg of the Champions League quarter-final if we're trying to get into that semi-final either against Inter or Paris Saint-Germain. And then we face at Wembley last year's losing finalists, the team that we beat in the final of the FA Cup last season. We're going to meet them in the semi-final this season. That's coming up. And then obviously depending on how we get on in these 2 competitions will depend on how the end of this run of games goes and whether anything else gets pushed out or moved around. So we follow that too much at the moment. But as it stands, one thing just to point out is our run in our last 3 games of the season are somewhat tough. Manchester United at home, at least there's 2 of them at home. Manchester United at home, Liverpool at home, and then we have Arsenal at the Emirates. So that's going to be a nice old game to finish off the season. Always looked like it, but it's become even more prominent now that that's going to be a bit of a big end game to the season. So coming back tomorrow then for Leeds and Milan in episode 45 of Irons in the Fire. And we'll play Leicester offline, come back from Milan and Manchester United in the following episode. It's the quarterfinal to try and get in the semi-final to try and get into the final, and then we'll see how those that run of games sorts us out as to how we look at the run-in. I'm thinking that we do want to see these last 3 games because it could be the make or break of whether we get chasing Manchester City or not. So I'm thinking that if we lose these and don't go any progress any further, then obviously Brentford and Wolves will be offline. We'll come back for Crystal Palace and Manchester United and Liverpool and Arsenal in the final episodes of the season. Then obviously a transfer special and see if we can go again. One thing I do just want to mention is don't forget, leave me down below a comment. Let me know whether you want me to carry on with this series or not, because I'm thinking probably what we will do is one more season. So finish this season, do next season, and if the viewing figures don't pick up, and we will come to an end at the end of next season. An opportunity to see if we can progress further. Obviously, it depends. If we win the Champions League, I think it's series over, but we'll see. Anyway, that's it for now. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, it's a special, of course, just the draws mainly. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up. Subscribe, hit the notification button. It'll keep you up to date with all that's going on here on Irons in the Fire and our other series, bottom to the top, as they are released, of course. New episodes of Irons in the Fire, generally released Monday and Thursday, but obviously today, a special case. Both of those at 4:15, of course. And the best way of keeping up to date with what's happening on this channel, so you know what's going on and when it's coming out and so on and so forth, is to follow me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at JustOffsideFM. We hope to see you for the next episode. It's going to be episode 45. It's out tomorrow. Until then, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.